Really? Where's Mary Lynn? Who loves... Oh, she's all right. She's got her show face on. I don't hear her. But
I think she's on the phone or something.
Oh, yeah? All right, well, there she is. You got your show face on? Hi.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's Brian's birthday today. So he was on his break at work and FaceTimed me. So happy birthday, Brian.
It's my ex-wife's birthday today.
Oh.
Yeah. I texted her. I always do. I'm like, I don't want to be a dick, you know. It's her birthday. Well, we have children.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't. But we don't really converse that much anymore. When the kids were younger, all the time.
Yeah.
But we don't really have to talk anymore.
It's a polite thing to do.
Well, I mean, it's whatever, you know. I mean, it's her birthday, and it's in my calendar, and she's older than me, so I go, hey, how about this?
You old bitch.
Not even that. No, listen, that's all such ancient history, you know.
Yeah.
That I feel like it's the nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not always, you know, I'm not always consistently considerate. But there it is. Okay, so collectively we can say that we all look all right today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you were saying?
Well, yeah, I said the sweeper I play on the way back is a little goof on how, you know, people can watch us, but we can't see them. And I was like, how do we look today? And I'm a little slovenly today, but Bill looks all right, and you look like you have your show face on.
I do.
Yeah.
I have 2 shows tonight. I'm at West Side Comedy Club at 7, and then...
West Side. Oh, it's Jim 2's birthday today, too.
Oh, geez.
That's a good birthday. That's a good
Number
birthday
26.
guy. Oh, and my friend Eric.
2. Why do you say it like that? Your friend Eric? You seem sheepish about your friend Eric.
I forgot it was his birthday.
Well,
there's some Mike Head's birthdays today.
Oh my goodness!
September. This
Adam
time
Richard?
of September is like the most.
Yeah,
Adam
there's
Richard.
so many birthdays.
September 26th, 2024. All right. Well, there's all that. We've got them all covered. Your Cleveland Guardians do it again last night against the Reds. I heard Stansbury talking about they ruined a perfect game for these guys, or what do they do?
Okay, so it was like a collective perfect game. So they, you know, it wasn't the first pitcher like pitching a whole perfect game.
I certainly didn't think so.
Yeah, it was like
I would have seen that.
There was bullpen pitchers in there, so like I don't even care about that.
Mm-hmm.
And baseball people they bunted. They're trying to play baseball.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't.
Oh yeah, I don't think
the
he was.
Unwritten rules of baseball are some of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life because it's within the rules of the game.
Right.
So you're like, oh, if someone's pitching a perfect game, you don't bunt. It's like if you're trying to win the game, you bunt sometimes.
I don't think he was being a purist about it, but that was all that I had heard mentioned about that. But Guardians 5-2 over the Reds. They beat them in the 2 times that they played them this week, and a win is a win is a win. I don't understand that either when they're like, you know, it feels so old-timey, like all the people in the stands should still be in suits or something, or they're like, well, there's gentlemanly ways to, like, what?
Yeah.
These are millionaires who are playing, okay? It's not, you know, it's not 1905 anymore. You're trying to win. Now, again, this late in the season, it might be inconsequential. We touched on this yesterday.
It's inconsequential,
You're
but
trying
you
to get
still,
that first seed, you said. You're trying to win ball games.
Yeah. I mean, the Guardians were trying to win, and the Reds have nothing to really play for, but you still go out there and you go, I'm going to try and score. I'm going to try and, you know, they're competitive.
You know what I would tell these guys?
Lay it down.
You know what I would tell these guys?
What?
If I had their collective ears?
What's that?
I would say, guys, let's just have fun. Let's get out. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's how you play. You writing this down, Mary? It's how you play the game. Let's get out there and have fun. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a children's game. Let's just have fun. Anyway, Guardians are off tonight. They'll get back to it tomorrow night. Final 3 games of the regular season before they get into October ball. Tomorrow night, last 3 games against the Astros. 7:10 is the first pitch. Tomorrow is Friday. Keep reminding myself all day long. I've been a day ahead. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. And then...
Are we on? No, we're off next week.
We are off next Thursday and Friday. The first game of the postseason with the Guardians, first 2 games will be here at Progressive Field, Saturday and Monday. We don't know, obviously, who they'll be playing. Game 3 will be next Wednesday, the 9th, and then they'll go from there. That's how that schedule is laying out. They are auctioning Shohei Ohtani's ball I believe that is today, the ball that put him in the 50-50 club. They say it could go for millions of dollars. About 25 years ago, somebody paid $3 million for a Mark McGwire ball when he hit his 70th home run. And at the time, that was a record sale, $3 million.
Wasn't it the dude, the Spawn guy?
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane.
I believe you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
And so they are going
I was
to
going to
be.
say Seth, and I'm like, that's the wrong McFarlane.
Oh, yeah. Well, they both have a lot of money. So that $3 million would be a rounding error probably with their accountants. But so, yeah, he is the only Major League Baseball player in that 50-50 club, which, as we established, is soda-related, Bill. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Pardon me?
I like 50-50, dude.
No, the joke. He doesn't like the joke.
It's the joke. It's
like,
not
I
about the
love
pop. It's about the
50-50.
joke.
Nothing to do with the beverage.
Yeah.
But try finding 50-50, Mary.
No, that was like my grandpa drank 50-50.
I know. That's why my grandpa drank Squirt. And that began my lifelong love of Squirt.
In any form.
In any capacity whatsoever. If it's the pop, all the better. A little bit twinge of grapefruit there. Anyway, Shohei Ohtani's ball. The opening bid is $500,000. But obviously, they probably, if you go to that website, there's probably a buy it now button. And you can just scoop it up for, I'm sure, what will be more than $3 million. Of course, it was a game ball, right? So it's got some scuffs on it, so they know that it hasn't been swapped out or anything. The last day of the auction will be October the 9th. So you'll have a little under 2 weeks. If you are somebody who's got millions of dollars burning a hole in your pocket and you're a baseball aficionado, this might be worth you looking into. The Golden Auction House is based there in Jersey, and they're going to start taking bids. So the last day of the auction is October 9th. Auctions at that level will do something called extended bidding. So like a week beyond that, they'll have, but obviously this is a one-of-a-kind ball. Now, there was a little bit of controversy with the guy who got the ball. The dude who stripped it from the hands of a kid who was back there. And that kid is suing, by the way. Now, I don't know.
This should be no problem. Open and shut case.
I don't know what you're suing for. I mean, it really would suck to be in that situation and have some dude just rip it out of your hands, but it's a scrum because dudes know this is a multi-million-dollar ball.
Yeah.
And they don't care that some kid had it first.
Well, then maybe not multi-million, but like multi-thousand, 100,000, 500, 600, right?
For this ball?
Yeah, then they say, well, it's starting at 500,000, but
well, the opening bid, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be.
No, I don't think it'll get up to maybe
you don't think so?
Maybe a million, but not a multi-million.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, you don't think this is a bigger deal than Mark McGwire's 70th home run?
I think it is, but I just don't think it's gonna get that high.
Okay.
Because also, this is the ball where he sets the record, but it's also he's still playing, so there's still gonna be like the final ball, like the final home run of the season. I think is going to be the bigger one.
You mean when he breaks his own record?
And he's already broken it 3 times since then.
Oh, okay, he's gotten 3 more home runs.
Yeah, he's like got 53 home runs right now. So,
but if you break your own record, I mean, is it? Well, anyway, I guess they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But that we showed you the video the day that it happened, day after it happened, and they were, it goes right out into the club seats, I think, or they were in a suite or something, and so already people who were having a good time at the ball game, right? They're not up there in the bleachers. And this kid seemed to have it, and then it was stripped away. And that kid, I call him kid, he's 18. He's a legal man. He's filed a lawsuit against the older guy who stripped that ball away. He's suing to prevent the auction from taking place because he believes that the ball was stolen from him. Now, to your point, good luck with all that. It's more a case of sour grapes than anything else. But he has filed in Dade County, Florida. And, I can't imagine this is anything that's going to be at the top of the docket anytime soon, even though the auction is ready to start. But the kid says that he was able to firmly grab the ball in his left hand. And, possession is 9/10 of the law. And this is a kid named Max Matus, 18 years old. And so he's hoping to get some satisfaction out of this because the dude who got the ball, like, split. You know, you catch a ball like that, and people there in the park or the organization immediately try to buy it from you. And people go, nope, I'm going to get the hell out of here. And so I'm sure these guys will have all kinds of video exhibits A and B to show clearly. And again, it's just going to be off of somebody's phone. But, you know, if it's not going to fetch, let's say it fetches $1 million. Now, this kid's not out anything. He didn't have $1 million before. And he didn't have the ball before he had it. And then seconds later,
but if he had it in
he
his
didn't
hand,
have it again.
Yeah, but if he had it in his hand,
yeah.
I mean, the guy did steal it from him.
He claims that the guy who got it wrapped his legs around this kid's arm and then used his hands to wrangle the ball out of the kid's hands.
Punch him.
There's actually audio of people cheering him on, telling him how to hold on to this ball. I just sent it to you, Alan.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Find this here. Oh, is this breaking news on the...
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. That ought to do it.
Oh, poor Squiddy. It never goes well for him. All right, so along those lines, very similar to that, firmly grasp it in your hand. But that kid is, I don't know what he's hoping to get out of it. I mean, it's going to cost you money to file a lawsuit,
but if
right?
he gets the ball, if the
but
judge
he's not
goes-
going to get the ball.
Right, but if he gets the ball, then he gets a lot of money. So
He ain't going to get it.
we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Leave it up to the courts
Yeah. Those awesome courts.
down there in Florida.
No, just all over the world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the courts in Missouri, real cool place there.
Mm-hmm. What are they doing?
Putting people to death.
They killed
were
somebody.
in-
Oh, the innocent guy.
Yeah.
Was that in Missouri? I was thinking it was Tennessee or
I
something.
thought it was Missouri.
Missouri.
Oh, okay. Right, the prosecutor said we might have information that could be
Yeah, like
exculpatory.
both sides,
and-
like, hey, looks like this guy probably didn't do it, and the Supreme Court's like, put him to death anyway.
So why did I saw those headlines? I didn't really dig into it. Why this was Oklahoma, I believe.
No.
Is this the guy you're talking about? Oh no, this is
Missouri.
another guy. You know, this country puts so many people to death
Yeah.
that it's hard to keep up with what.
It was Marcellus Williams.
Okay, the guy from Pulp Fiction.
No, it's Marcellus Wallace.
Ah,
Despite prosecutors believing he's innocent.
Yeah.
I see. Well,
They're
there's
asking for a stay. Like, they're like, hey, we are requesting that this man is not put to death.
Yup. Everybody involved.
Yeah.
To commute his yeah, but they weren't saying he was innocent. They were saying that they wanted him to get life in prison, not executed.
Well,
The calls were to put him on to commute his execution to life in prison, not that he was innocent. He was convicted of the crime. Were
But
they
there was also
were they saying
evidence-
we now have information?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. From what I understand, there was enough evidence that would exonerate him, and so
I
he
see.
should not have been put to death.
He was found guilty despite the fact that his DNA didn't match evidence recovered from the crime scene.
that's
See,
what they're saying, that it was, oh my God, I just read it. Hold on. Contamination of a murder weapon prior to trial and bias in the jury selection.
I see. Yeah, I mean, smaller cases than a capital murder case have been changed because of technicalities, you know. People have been frustrated by those things for a long, long time. I mean, ever since the introduction of DNA into the criminal justice process. Yeah, I know, I saw those headlines, but I really didn't dig too much into it. Well, that's Missouri. I'll tell you what. If you are a pregnant woman, they'll certainly let you die before anything happens to save your life. But they love putting people to death. A lot of states do. They're going to put a dude to death in Nebraska somewhere. He's going to be like the second dude that they put to death with nitrogen.
Like
Nitrogen gas is how they're
methane
going to...
gas?
Huh?
Isn't nitrogen Laughing gas?
No, that's nitrous oxide.
oxide.
Yeah. Nitrogen gas in Alabama. Again, we've talked about this. A lot of states, there's such a dearth of access to like these lethal injection drugs, they've had to get creative. We are nothing if not creative when it comes to ways to kill people in this country, capital punishment. If only we could harness that creativity in other ways. This guy's been on death row for 25 years. Workplace shooting. This guy went into an office and killed 3 people. And a lot of times when they get creative, the arguments are that it amounts to cruel and unusual punishment. They're like, it's too much to have these people thrashing around or using methods that are largely untested, but that a lot of times falls on deaf ears. So this guy is going to be the second guy there in the state of Alabama to be executed with nitrogen gas. And they said inhaling 100% nitrogen gas is nothing short of state-sanctioned torture. But again, a lot of this
Does it
stuff...
make you, like, choke?
Hypoxia, yeah, along those lines. But it really does. People have a hard time drumming up sympathy for people who, murdered other people, I guess. So it just comes down to where people are on capital punishment in general, I suppose. Hey, I know what'll make you feel good.
Okay.
Brian.
Yeah.
Right? Some Name That Tune with Brian.
Let's do it.
I got about a dozen voicemails from Brian this morning between 6:15 and 6:45. He was on fire.
I was driving around with my buddy today. He's in town to do some comedy, and we were just listening to like classic rock songs because that's the kind of dude he is. And every time a song that Brian plays, I go, "Oh, it's a Brian song." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "It's a thing."
Yeah, what are you, Dirty Laundry?
Yeah, Dirty Laundry is the exact one.
Yeah.
Brian.
No, that's not the one. I got so many of them here. Where's Best of Brian?
Yeah.
It's...
yeah, Dirty Laundry was the one that came on.
I make my living on the evening news.
Now, the one he left me this morning is from another Eagle.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Your heart keeps saying it's just not fair, but still you gotta make up your mind.
Oh, Glenn Frey, the late, great Glenn Frey. What a great song. Remember this song?
No.
Marywood, 1982, 3, I think.
Okay.
This was like a top 5 song for Glenn Frey. His first solo album after leaving the Eagles was, maybe they were still together. I don't know. His first solo album. He was keeping that sweaty sax alive, boy, in the 80s. Glenn Frey. Oh. You Belong to the City and The One You Love. And
Sweaty Sax was strong.
fantastic. Yep. What a great song. Love it. Thank you, Brian, for reminding me of this song. Glenn Frey's first solo album was called No Fun Allowed. ALOUD. It was
Did somebody cover this song?
Probably. It's a great song. I don't know. But thank you, Brian. He left me. And again, when he leaves me a ton of messages, I do go through them because some of them are just nonsense and some of them are fun and some of them are
What's the one called?
making. The One You Love, I think, is the name of that song. It was on Glenn Frey's first solo album. Of course, Glenn Frey has he's been dead for a few years now, but he was awesome. Love the Eagles, love Glenn Frey. He would do some acting, he'd show up in movies. He was in Miami Vice back in the day. I think he was in, God, what was he in where he played like was he in Any Given Sunday? He's like the owner of the team or something. He would show up in movies and you go, hey, it's Glenn Frey. But he's been dead for a few years now. 2016 he died. Pride of Detroit, Michigan. So thank you, Brian. I've got to take a break here. If you want to send me a text for anything, 35192. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you can always easily send us messages there, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
The Disney Plus Blockbuster offer. For a limited time, get 3 months of Disney Plus for just $1.99 a month.
The list of failed quarterbacks in Cleveland is long and growing. Well, this Sunday at the Cox Out pregame party from 3:30 to 5:30 at Lakewood Truck Park. You can add your name to that list when you try and toss your way.
Here's the throw.
To represent the Buzzard in Vegas at the Bud Light